right, ladies and gentlemen, he's back in the house. He is Steve Jones, also known as the Credit Commando.
Good. Good morning, everyone. How about this Wednesday before Thanksgiving? How's everyone doing? It's a great day in the neighborhood, and it's a great day to learn about credit cards. I hope everyone is doing well. We are about to entertain that great holiday, which is Thanksgiving. So, first of all, I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving with you and your family. We hope that everything will go well. Big turkey, ham, roast beef, or hamburger, whatever you cook, okay? Salads and fruits. But enjoy your family and enjoy this time. And don't forget to spend too much money the next day because it's going to be Black Friday after Thanksgiving. You know, all the sales are going to be out. They want your money, so you got to watch how you be able to spend it. Anyway, enough said on that. Hey, what we're going to do today? We're going to do a review on Credit Card Mania Series Part 3, application procedures, and then after the review, we're going to do a question and answer session for the rest of the time because I have been talking a lot, but I have not given you time enough to actually ask questions that need to be answered. So you get an opportunity to do a Q&A right after this. So stay tuned, and we're going to learn about how to apply for credit cards and get approval, and we're going to do the review, okay? Hey, here we go. Credit Card Mania Series. First of all, the Credit Card YouTube channel, please like and subscribe and see the latest financial and self-help videos. Increase your financial knowledge and your personal wealth. Guys, I got the classes that I'm teaching now are on YouTube. So you don't have to go back and even ask Mr. Davis to send you the link. You can go on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, and you can get all that information that you need. All right, let's go to the class right quick. The lesson for the day, as always, objectives to kill debt and increase wealth, how to build and increase your credit and credit score, how to build wealth through different business strategies, leave a legacy for your family, and also effective tax strategies. All right, the word for the day is if you have a dream, and I hope that you do. And if you have a goal, you need one of those too. But if you have a vision and you put all three of those things together, you have a reason to live. Live life to the fullest. Learn how to use these credit cards that you have to use anyway to the fullest extent. So you can learn how to travel for free, vacation for free, hotels for free, get rental cars for free, get items that you may need for your home for free, or even get cash back. A lot of you are using credit cards every day for something different. So learn about how to use them, how to apply for them, when to pay for them. Those things we're going to be talking about today. Remember, this is just a review. Okay? Here we go. Bottom line up front. Knowing the rules of credit allows the consumer to obtain a higher credit limit and a faster approval. This is what you want. You want the credit limit, but you want to get a food fast as well. Okay? What is a credit card? Just a plastic or metal, card payment system that the credit card company sends to you, issued by the bank or financial institution. Allow the cardholder to make purchase for goods and services. Basically, there's no down payment, no upfront money. It's basically, hey, you buy now and you pay later type of system. That's all it is, with interest on tacked in on the end, fees if you don't pay it on time. Okay, that's all a credit card is. But one thing we do need to know about is what is credit worthiness. Credit worthiness to the extent to which a person or company is considered suitable to receive financial credit, often based on their reliability. Again, you have to be able to pay the money back. I don't care if you borrow for a car loan or a house loan, use credit cards, or whatever you do. When you're talking about credit worthiness, you have to be able to pay the money back. And that's what they're looking for. A thin file. A thin file refers to basically credit report of someone who has little or no credit history. You really don't. You're young. You may just getting started out. The consumers who are just starting out may not have taken out a loan or nothing. You might not have anything. So you probably got a thin file. If you hadn't used your credit in a while, you probably gonna have a thin file as well. Thin file issues. Why you don't want a thin file? Because it's gonna make it very difficult for you to borrow money and even get a credit card. Why? Because the credit bureau do not know who you are. Okay? They don't know who you are, so why would I give you my money? It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean your credit is bad. If you just don't have a lengthy credit history, you have nothing for me to go on. If you lending someone in your family money, you know that family member, and you know whether that family member pays back. So you're more willing to lend money to a family member who is actually would pay you back than a family member who said, well, man, I'll pay when I get ready. Those type of people you don't want to lend money to. It's the same as the financial institution. They need to know who you are. Okay? Who may have a thin file? Let's see. New credit beginners. Hey, I'm new to the thing. I'm 18 years old. I never had a credit card, never had a checking account. I never had anything, savings account. I'm new to the credit history, okay? Individuals who have not used their credit in years. This could apply to older people who may have pay cash for everything. Not only apply to older people, but it can apply for the wealthy. You mean the wealthy can have a thin file? Yes. Why? They have the cash to pay for everything. They are cash rich, but credit poor. They got the money, they just don't have the credit. And some of us are credit poor, credit rich, but cash poor. So it's just the vice versa of what you're looking at. But the wealthy, they pay cash for everything, or they don't pay for stuff at all. Okay? That's just the way the system is set up. A student, you're a struggling student, or you're a low-income person who may be living off of one income. The thin file issues again. It gives the lender very little information to judge the person's worthiness. I have nothing to say that you're going to pay me back. You have no history. So I have nothing to judge you by. So I might not want to take a risk. Every time I lend money to you, it's a risk. A person may be new to the credit world. Like I said, a student hadn't used your credit in a while. You may be new. Have less than 5 accounts. So you have less than 5 accounts, you are considered having a thin file. And if you have less than 6 months of credit history, you're considered having a thin file. How to fix it? Glad you asked. Let's take a look at it. You ask if you have a credit card, you have a loan, so you ask for a credit increase. Okay, just ask for a credit increase. You can do that. You get an authorized user. Now, we talked about authorized users, and I'm going to do a segment on authorized users and show you how to become an authorized user later on. Apply for a personal loan. I mean, I like banks, but I love credit unions better because they're more friendly and they're more willing to give you out money because you're actually a member of the credit union. The banks have stockholders. Credit unions have members. The members get the dividends. So I like credit unions. Okay, go to your local credit union, ask them for a loan. And some credit unions have, where they have like a payday type loan system, but it's not at that high interest. You know what I mean? So, but they give you $200 or $300 for a couple of months, and go back again, get another $200 or $300. But you want to go ahead and get that money, hold it for a length of time. To the end of the term to build your credit. Okay? Secure credit cards. You have to pay for these type of cards to get the type of money. Some might be $200, $400, $500. You need to do you get the secure credit card, you put the money on it, you have to pay the fees, and then you can use the card. But it builds your credit. As long as they report to three major bureaus. You want to make sure to report to three major bureaus. Get credit card bill loan. There's a lot of companies out there who offer credit card bill loan. And also become credit worthiness. What I mean by that, pay your bills before they're due. All right. Remember this just to review. Ask questions before applying for a credit card. What should you ask? Add up all your income sources. You need to know what your income sources are. You need to know what would you do with the card. I got the card now. Is it for a specific purpose, or I just got it just to have it? Okay. Do you have a credit balance now? Is your credit balance high? Is your credit balance low? What kind of credit balance do you have now? What are your credit limits? Your credit limits can cause utilization. What I mean by utilization, if you have 5 credit cards and all those credit cards have $500 each on them, you have $2,500 credit limit. But if you're at the $2,000 mark, that means you've used pretty much 75% of your credit, okay, in that neighborhood. So you need to look at that as well. Have you maxed out your credit card limit? Or you max it out now? That is very important. If you maxed out your credit card limit, the companies may say that you're living off the credit card. Why do you need the card? Answer that question. What is your credit score? Because if you get a card, it's going to affect your credit score. You're going to have a hard inquiry. How many hard inquiries do you have? All these things you need to look at prior to, applying for a credit card. Here's some more. Will I be able to make the payments? And not only make the payments, we have to make them on time. What type of credit card do I need? You need to answer that, because there's many types of credit cards that are out there. Also, how will it affect my overall credit portfolio? Will it be in my portfolio, or will it be a burden to my portfolio? What are the application procedures? Some have simple procedures. Some have you have to pay before you play, which I don't like those. But you have to build your credit. You have to do what you got to do. Okay. So look at the application procedure. How long it's going to take? The waiting period. You got to get the card in 7 days, or it's going to take 30 days. I have applied for some type of cards, and they've taken 6 months or more to get here, but I got it. Okay. Some of them even taking longer than that because they were trying to build up their clientele before they issue the card. Credit smart approach. What is the credit smart approach? Always contact the credit card issues before applying, please. Contact the credit card issues again before applying, because they will tell you a lot of things about their cards. Some will tell you some more, some will not tell you more. So then not only that, but you can also go to YouTube and look at some of the gurus who have applied for those type of cards, and they will tell you exactly what you need to do prior to applying. Okay? Determine what credit bureaus it report to. That's very important. You need to know application procedures and the approval rate. How many, with my type of credit score, I have a 670 or I have a 700. What is normally the approval rate for a person who have a 700 or 720 score? You need to know that, because if it's a low approval rate, you might not want to apply. Also, look at the reconsideration service number. It is a customer service number. If you do not get approved, you call that number and you talk to a person. Have a reason why you didn't get approved. Always talk to a live person, not a computer. Okay, because the computer don't have no feelings. Okay, apply for pre-approved cards, pre-qualified cards that they send you in the mail. So that's some of the reasons why you can do it. The credit smart approach also is to look before applying for a card. What to look for? Knowing your fee. Knowing your fee means you keep more money in your pocket. Now, there are some cards that have annual fees. They have a lot of benefits. So if you want those particular cards to have a lot of benefits, you have to apply for those, but they're going to have anywhere from $95 to $695, some even up than that when you get into the multi-million-dollar credit cards, okay? Low purchase ARP. What is your ARP? Is it 12% or is it 18%? Authorized user fee. I want to do authorized user. Do I have to pay $75 to add an authorized user every time I want to do that? Or they're limiting me to only 5 authorized users, where some other card may limit you to 100 authorized users. Some may not have no limit. Just never know. Low balance transfer, either 3 to 5%, 0 to 5%, depending on the type of card it is. Okay, the card issue comparability. You look at that. You got to look at also the minimum payments. Okay, the minimum payment do they charge 2.5%, 3.5%, 4%, or 5% of your daily balance? So you have to pay. Low fees, transaction, overdraft, late fees, cash advance. You got to look at those fees, because those fees are going to kill you and going to cause you to spend more money. All right. Rewards, where you get cash back, you get points, you get airline miles. These are things you need to look for when you get ready to apply for a card. And these are the credit smart approach. And here's the word of wisdom at the end. He who builds credit has consistent cash flow, increases net worth, establish wealth forever. I'd like to add a caveat to that, because you have to teach the next generation the same thing. Teach them how to build, teach them how to have consistent cash flow, teach them how to increase their net worth, teach them how to establish wealth so they can pass it on to the next generation. And that's leaving a legacy for your family. But if you build your credit, you have a consistent cash flow, you build your net worth. When you're buying properties and you're buying things that increase in value, okay, you can establish wealth forever. Okay, that is the Credit Commando review of the application procedures, basically for credit card, to apply for credit cards. Are there any questions right now? And I'm going to stop the share. Okay, I just stopped the share. And this is what I'm going to do. We have a few minutes here, and I'm just going to open up the channel for discussion today. Q&A. You can ask me anything that you like to ask, whether dealing with credit, whether dealing with buying a house, whether dealing with anything that you like to ask me today. I am here to try to give you a nice, correct answer. Now, remember this. You have to look at your financial situation based on anything that I'm getting ready to tell you, because one person's situation is different from another person's situation, financial situation, that is. Why you say that? Well, one might have 3 kids and a husband and a house and a car note. The other person might have 1 kid and no job. Okay, so it's just depending. Some might have just given an inheritance, and you may have a lot of money available. So you have to take financial situations, financial wherewithal to your situation. What is it that you need to do? What works for you based on your... I want to know anything?
Mr. Credit Commando, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, this is Lakeisha. I have a question. Okay. Now, when you get approved for a credit card, and like what you just said, like different type of fees and things like that, is it listed, like when you get the card on the paper, it lists like what the card is about, before you, what's the word?
Apply for the card?
No, when you get the card in the mail, before you activate it, is there going to be a piece of paper that says everything, what the card is about?
There he is. Matter of fact, hold on 1 second. Let me just grab this piece of paper right here that I am looking for. This card is going to talk about everything. If you get this is the credit card statement, basically. I'm trying to see what, if I got information on it that need not to be seen. This is credit card information, and on the credit card information is going to have everything that you need. It's going to talk about, before you apply for the card, they're going to ask your name, address, social security number, all your personal, where you work at, how long you live, do you own a house, all that kind of stuff. Like, they're trying to gather information from you. Fill out that information, see how much, maybe how much you might need, how much you want, or they'll decide that on their own. Then, but on that application, they should be saying what their fees are. in the small print. And the problem is that most people don't read the small print. That's the reason why they don't know. They apply for a card. I got a pre-approval and it says it's a great card. I need it. And they just started using it. They don't read the fine print. They don't go in and tell you what the late fees are, what the billing cycle is. They don't say what the minimum payment is going to be. They don't talk about the late fees, over limit fees, or cash advance fees. They don't even look at all that. But all of that is in the application when you get it, because the company has to describe to you. They have to tell you exactly what is on the card and what the card is all about. Even if you apply online, you can scroll down. They're still going to be talking about their fees. They got to learn by law. They have to tell you that up front. They have to tell you that up front. So you are correct, ma'am. That they have to tell you that. That is already on the credit card application. The problem is that you need to take the time out and to read it and to be sure that the card that you're applying for is what you desire. And see, that's the thing that I keep saying is, hey, listen, if this is the type of card you want, did you do your research? All those things we just talked about, the fees and the dates and the minimum payments and all those other type of items that we put on there, we talked about in the class earlier. Hey, you need to look at that because that's going to affect you in the long run. So it would behoove you to go there to look at that information and to be familiar with the information. So just in case something happens, you know exactly what to do. Credit card companies, they're going to be upfront. They're going to tell you. And then when they tell you, they're going to charge you for all those fees or whatever it is. But they're going to tell you up front. Your job is to read the information and to make sure that the credit card is a good fit for you.
Okay, Mr. Commando, sir, I know all that, but here's the thing. I already had a credit card, and when I applied for it, I just did it just to be doing it. Seriously, I truly thought in the back of my mind I wasn't going to get approved. So, I didn't do what I know I'm supposed to do, read the fine print. So, moving forward, I got approved, and here, bam, I have it, and now I don't know, what it's all about. So,
okay. If you go back to where you applied for that particular credit card, even online, or just go to I'm gonna use Chase as the example. Chase Sapphire card. You go to Chase Sapphire. You go to their website, applying for Chase Sapphire, and they're gonna give you all that information that's on there. The fine print, all that information is still there.
Okay, it's not too late.
You get an opportunity to read it. And let me say this. Sometimes when you apply for something, you think that you're not going to get approved.
I see.
So if you're going to apply for something, you need to make doggone sure this is what you want. Because a lot of times you think that you're not going to get approved and you get approved.
I learned the hard way.
That's it. Now, if it's a good card, that's fine. I mean, you're learning, but I'm just saying, use the credit smart techniques that we talked about prior to applying for the card. I'm just teaching you some things that you need to do prior to getting the card. That's all I'm doing. Prior to getting the card, you need to do this. Look at this. Look at that. Read this. Okay, do your research on that. And I'm not saying you're gonna spend all day doing it. Sometimes it's gonna be only 30 minutes. Just looking at a particular card and see if it's matched what you need. Okay, your travel points or miles or cash back or whatever case may be. I like that. This is what I want. I want a car with travel because I want to travel. Then, okay, how many points they going to give me? If I spend money at the grocery store, do they give me 2 points or do they give me 5 points? If I spend money on travel, will they give me 5 points or 10 points? Or can I redeem the travel through their website and save money? See, all of that you need to look at because you're not just getting a card. I'm telling you, be credit smart. Don't get a card just to get a card. Get a card that's going to use for your fancy. that for your needs. Okay. Now that might be someone they don't download. I just got this card because I want to build my credit. Well, that's a good reason as well. Okay. If you're not going to use it or you're just going to use it sparingly, man, I'm going to swipe it once a year to make sure that the card stays active. You want to make sure you do that as well. Okay. Because if you don't use the card within a year or sometime within 18 months, they will close that card out, and you do not want that card to be closed out.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. You have a good holiday. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you done, Mr. Jones?
Yeah, I am done for the day. If they have no other question, well, we gave them Q&A time, so nobody will be asking questions. So hold on just a second, Mr. Ronald.
Yeah. My question is, I think I probably know the answer, but I got a card that's charged off. Is it better for me to go back and make concessions with the credit card company, or let that card leave that card alone and go and move on?
Well, to give you a good answer without looking at your credit report may be a little bit difficult at this present time, but I will attempt to give you an answer. Okay.
Okay.
The card is already charged off. It's already hurting your credit.
Yeah.
Right. If you can get a good credit repair removal, just remove the charge off. That's probably what I would do. Okay. Because if you go back and pay for that card, it gonna still say charged off, but paid as agreed. Okay. Charged off is still on there. They hadn't taken that off. Okay. Paid as agreed means that you fell behind, you made arrangements, you caught the card up, you paid as agreed, but the card is still closed. You can't use that card anymore.
Okay. Well, I'm going to write right then.
I would try to get a credit repair company or some kind of way to solidify that for me, to get it moved off. Sometimes they do what they call a pay for delete. About you owe $1,000 and you negotiate the credit card company down to $445, and they promise to delete it off, remove it off of there. That's fine. Or you can continue to dispute. You know, you can do those. One of the main things that you have the opportunity to do is always dispute, and not saying that you dispute that the card is not yours. You disputing the accuracy of the card to make sure that they have done what they're supposed to do, and then charge no extra fees. So when you dispute the accuracy of it, and then they come back and say it's accurate, and you want to ask them why, prove to me it's accurate, they have to do all that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing. I got a credit repair company I'm using, and also the other thing, I don't know if it's me or not, but I see most of the approved rate now is 24.99%. The APR is 24.9%. Is that across the board, or is it probably just me?
No, that's just average. That's just the average across the United States. The 24 or 25% is probably just an average. See, as I said before, you have to look at your own credit worthiness. Okay, some people have, as you said, you have a negative spot on your report for a credit card. Of course, your interest rate is going to be higher than someone who not have any marks on their credit card and everything is good. And even a person who might even have a thin file might get a lower rate than you based on they have no mark on their credit report. See, that's why it's so good to make sure that you pay your bills 5 to 7 days before they're due, so you won't have. And if you have a problem, call the credit card company. Tell them I'm not going to be able to make the $45, but I do have $15 for the interest. Can I make an interest payment on it? You can do that for cars. You can do that. You can do it for cars. You might, if you call the right company, you can do it for a house. You can do it for loans. It's about relationship.
Yeah.
What type of relationship that you have with the company? If you have a good relationship with them, of course, they'll allow you to do a lot of different things. But if your relationship is shabby because you owe 3 or 4 months, you're not trying to make the payments, and you're falling behind, and you're not even contacting them, well, they say it's not a good relationship. But you can be 3 or 4 months behind, okay, and you're paying some. I'm gonna get paid on Tuesday. I'm gonna send you something. I get paid the following Tuesday. I'm gonna send you something. They'll work with you. Why? They want their money. Okay.
Yeah.
Not all credit card companies will do that. Okay, but a majority of them want some type of money because that's how they make the bit. That's how they stay in business.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been had some lightning bolts hit me, so I'm in recovery from over it.
Well, just step out of the way. If you see the lightning come, just jump the other direction. Just jump in the other direction. Don't stand still now. Okay, and you gotta wear the white color because they say white attracts lightning. So take off the white and put some other color. Okay?
I'm actually on the blue or green or something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thanks so much. You have a happy Thanksgiving there. Thank you.
Same to you, sir. And any other questions, Miss Wright, Miss Henderson? You have any questions you'd like to ask? Okay. Well, I guess this concludes my.
No, I'm good.
Okay, thank you, Miss Henderson. You have a happy Thanksgiving as well, Miss Wright.
All right, y'all take care. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, y'all take care.
I'm going to on that press. I'm thinking about you.
All right.
All right. Ready to command you out. God bless you. Have a great day.